Okay, that was a cracking fight we've just seen for the lightweight title, but now it is time to move on to the welterweight title tonight. And here we're going to see the Ice Viking Arni Isaksson taking on Arish.
Happy with my opponent. He's very experienced, and I don't even think about the title. I just think it as another fight. To be honest, in the beginning it kind of like, yeah, I was kind of stressed and stuff, but that's a couple of months ago. Now I don't even care. I started to train much smarter, I think, like, and I know what I should do, and I'm thinking more, and I think this is the best, if we call it training camp, but this is the best training I had for this fight. And it's a couple of guys from Ireland, like Cahill and Corner and Philip and Chris come to Iceland, and we have a lot of good guys coming up from Mjolnir, so I think this fight I'm going to show some good skills, yeah. But you never know, you know, I don't have, like they say, crystal balls, so you never know what's going to happen, because Ali is a dangerous fighter.
Yeah, I'm so happy for fight for a title. I know he's a nice guy, and he's all-rounded. I've been training 3 times a day for this fight, and I'm training with the all talent guys, and they teach me what should I do for that fight. I all the time fight different. You know, the cage can do the fans that doesn't know me, and I'm so glad I'm here, and they never see my fight, and I'm so happy here to show good fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest scheduled for 3 rounds of mixed martial arts fighting is for the Cage Contender Interim Welterweight Championship. Please welcome your first fighter to the cage, Arish.
So here comes Arish. He trains in Manchester. He's known as, well, his teammates want him to be known as the Terminator. He fought way back in 2010 on Cage Contender 6. Impressed us then with his wrestling skills, and certainly a force to be reckoned with, even at the ripe old age of 38, Barry.
Yeah, super grappler, excellent wrestler, able to take down, like I said, just about anybody. Every time you see Arish, you're going to see a great shot for a double leg. I don't care whether you're 38 or 21, that works no matter what. In great shape here tonight.
Yeah, he puts a lot of that down to his strength and conditioning coach, Kenneth Richardson, Darren Morris, Baz White, all the guys at his gym in Manchester that they've been working at. Yeah. Excited to be here with a chance at winning the welterweight title.
Yeah, and he's well worth the shot. Great record, as you've said, of 17-2. That's a massive record, particularly competing in and around Europe and the UK, where the standard is so high. If you amass a record like that, you know that this guy is business.
Yeah, I mean, he lost the second fight, Barry, since then. 17-1. Incredible.
And please welcome his opponent to the cage, Arni Isaksson.
On here he comes, the Ice Viking, the man so at peace with himself, playing Buffalo Soldier, and isn't that a beautiful fitting tune? He is our champion. What an incredible fighter, Barry.
Yeah, great fighter and a real personality. He's just a funny, I don't want to use the word strange, but he's a pretty weird guy. He's as he said in this last cage interview, he feels no pain because he has no soul.
Yeah, he talks about luck not really existing. He just likes to feel about karma. He tries to be a good person. Really feels his life has changed around. Has read a lot of self-help books and talks about having a dark passenger in his head that he's trying to clean out. Well, guess the TV show. I guess the TV show, and we were going to see Dexter in the fight after this too, so that's right. It's a good reference. He says he's in a great mental place. He feels his core, his spiritual beliefs are good. Inspired by Bernard Hopkins and his approach to the game, and obviously he's got a bit of an inspiration in Gunnar Nelson as well, his teammate.
Yeah, massive pedigree coming out of the Mjolnir gym in Iceland. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Well, I have seen the movie Thor, so I think I think I'm doing a pretty good job of it. But Isaksson, for me, he's going to have to use good technical boxing tonight, try and keep Arish at the end of his jab, keep him away from those powerful shots of Arish that come from a good range out.
Well, we're just about ready to get started. Here comes Brett Freeman.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest scheduled for 3 rounds of mixed martial arts fighting and is for the Cage Contender Interim Welterweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a record of 17 wins, 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of the Fight Factory in Manchester, England. Make some noise for Ali Arish. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a record of 12 wins, 4 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. He weighed in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of SPG Ireland in Reykjavik, Iceland. He is your current Cage Contender Welterweight Champion. Make some noise for Arni, the Ice Viking Isaksson. And when the action begins, the man in charge is Pete Lavery.
So Pete Lavery in charge of this title fight here on Cage Contender 16. The long black shorts for Ali Arish, the short black shorts for Arni Isaksson.
Yeah, 2 very experienced guys. Expect a real strategic battle to take place here. I don't think either of these guys you'll see coming in starting swinging. This is going to be a very calm, very measured performance from both guys.
So here we go.
Arish always looks so relaxed to me.
Isaksson comes out taking the centre here. They both do look relaxed. Isaksson looking measured. Arish just backing up at the moment. Got lots of athletic supports all over his legs.
Well, I guess when you get to 38 after a lifetime of combat sports, you're kind of left being held together.
There's immediately the shot from Arish. Isaksson sees it coming, just backs away.
Yeah, a little bit of a head down shot that time. Not as good as we've seen Arish do. Nice uppercut that time by Isaksson.
Arni just looking to find his range with the jab there.
Single leg attempt now from
and
Arish.
a takedown by Arish.
Good takedown.
This is where he wants to be.
Isaksson's trying to force the arms out. 2 feet to the hips here. Good defense so far. As Arish throws the right hand to the body, trying to wear down Isaksson. Do his damage.
Well, we all know about the ground game of Gunnar Nelson.
Knee bar attempt here from Isaksson.
Rolls for a knee bar, but Arish rolls out of it and they're back to their feet.
Well, he might not have got the submission, but he got exactly what he wants out of the fight, which is back to his feet, throwing hands again. It was a good takedown that time by Arish. Good little and a nice sprawl that time by Isaksson. That's what Isaksson needs to do a little more of.
Yeah, it's 2 out of 3 then he's managed to sprawl and get out of.
Yeah, roll for the knee bar that time, Isaksson.
Oh, that's a big right hand by Arish. He does have knockout power in his hands.
Isaksson needed to be a little bit careful. He threw out that left hook, was a little lazy. Got clipped with the right hand as he came forward.
Arish's last 2 victories have been by decision, but before that, 4 of them were first round finishes. Isaksson just kicking air there. You can see the bruise coming up from the Arish shot that landed.
After the pace of the other
decent right, Arish, you can just see the raw power in him.
After the pace of the previous fight, you can see that. Look at the respect from both of these guys. Isaksson overcommits a little bit there. Arish waits. Isaksson in good position to scramble back to his feet, which he does so far. Arish still has the leg.
Arish stuffs him to the ground.
Hasn't quite secured the takedown yet. Good job by Isaksson getting back to the feet again. Obviously well drilled. This is the fight he's been preparing for. Now the pummel comes in, and the takedown attempt is gone. Now every single one of those failed attempts takes energy out of you. Every single one. And at 38 years of age, Arish's cardio is really going to be tested here against Isaksson.
It certainly is. Isaksson, 29 years old himself. He really feels he's coming into the peak of his powers.
Nice shot again.
Jumps on the sprawl.
Again
4 of 5 attempts at takedowns have failed from Arish, but Arish has actually landed the most significant strike on the feet. That right hand to the temple of Arni Isaksson.
Yeah, slight mark there from Isaksson, but he's recovered well from it. Kick thrown up again from Isaksson. Try keeping him at range. And a good shot in over the top by Arish. And there's
Arish there driving through. That was just bullocking through. But again, Isaksson turning, getting back to his feet.
Yeah, it's really a nullified position once you get back to your feet like that. It's very frustrating for the guy doing the takedown. So you've done all this work, all of this energy-sapping work to try and get the guy to the mat, and then he just stands back up again. It's very demoralizing, and up he gets again.
Yeah, Isaksson back to his feet.
He's trying to get the left arm through, which he does. Returns now.
And that's another right hand by Arish, though.
Arish's hand's really low.
As Isaksson almost catches Arish as he's coming through. Uppercut, right hand from Arish, though.
Good exchanges on the feet here. Isaksson showing a good range of strikes, but needs to watch out for Arish's counter strikes.
Arish, that right hand over the top, round the side, it's catching Isaksson.
And again, a good shot, and this time he gets us back to the mat in a much more favorable position for Arish, away from the fence.
But with only 20 seconds left in the round, little time to work or do damage.
No, and he hasn't done much with the positions that he has had. Hasn't exactly bore down with any decent punches, any significant strikes. In fact, his best work has been done on the feet. Very difficult round to call. Apart from that one significant strike from Arish, I don't think he's done too much. I think it's Isaksson who will go on the judges' scorecards.
Oh, well, you see, I would probably go the other way, Barry.
Well, we'll have to agree to disagree. I think he's a really clever fighter, Isaksson. I like the way he's obviously been drilled very well for this fight, sprawling very, very well, and stuffing the takedown attempts of Arish each time. Yeah,
we're just having a look at Arish's corner there, Kenneth Richardson. And then we see, of course, John Kavanagh. We've seen him a few times tonight. And Gunnar Nelson, UFC star. Of course, he's appeared on Cage Contender twice as well. Icelandic teammate and Icelandic superstar, I have to say. Arnie was telling me, though, that MMA is getting really popular in Iceland, despite it still being banned as a sport.
Well, I tell you, once you have a superstar like Gunnar Nelson representing the sport, hopefully it can blossom and maybe change that legal status around.
Yeah, Icelandic people very supportive of both Gunnar and Arnie. Ali just having a moment to himself there, getting settled, ready for round 2. Peter Lavery, our referee, getting ready to start off the fighters. So a very close first round. You've scored it differently to me. Of course, it doesn't matter what we think. They touch gloves, they touch hands. Isaksson comes forward.
Yeah, Arish is looking a little tired now.
And Arish has that big swinging right hand.
Yeah, big wild right hook thrown in that time.
Arnie just pressing forward.
Isaksson again gets through with the left hook this time, not to any effect. There's the shot and the takedown, and it's another good one.
So that's 2 in a row now for Arish. Starting to get a little more confident with those takedowns.
Yeah, I might feel maybe he's starting to get the measure of Isaksson's sprawl defense. Needs to try and pass guard and do a little more with it this time, though, because so far Isaksson's done pretty well at getting back to his feet as he makes his way towards the fence to do so again. Now Arish tries to look for the back. But Isaksson is up. Yeah, he's up. Not fully, not safe yet. Needs to pummel that left hand through, which he does.
He does indeed. Uppercut and right hand by Arish.
Yeah, he throws nicely on the break, does Arish, but now his hands are down, breathing pretty hard.
Left hook this time by Arish. Well, he looks just a little ragged at the moment.
A little ragged, but kind of getting through with some of those shots. And there Isaksson sprawls much, much better.
But there's the left hook, ducked under, uppercut, but I don't think it really affected Isaksson. The corner of Arish imploring him to go forward.
That time Isaksson sprawls, and the shot actually never came from Arish, but it's a good scramble, and he's back to his feet.
Tries a high kick, just glances off the chest. Is that Arish showing signs of fatigue there, putting his hands on his thighs?
You know, I've seen him fight a couple of times before, and he kind of does do that. I think Arish, at 38 years of age, is up against a guy who's really at his peak. And the longer this fight goes on, the more Arni Isaksson is going to be able to make those shots pay. There's a good right hand over the top there. Time. One hand on his leg from Arish.
Yeah, neither man particularly damaged or hurt at the moment.
Double leg attempt, and again he's back to the mat.
Well, that's another takedown, the second in this round. I think he had 2 at least in the first round as well, despite not doing much. Didn't really hold him down for long.
Yeah, well, you know, Arish, obviously he's got wins by knockout. We spoke about his knockout of Wayne Murray in the build-up. So I am wary of calling him a one-trick pony, but this is his game. This is very much his game. This is what he does.
Yeah.
He ties them up, gets them on their back, throws shots to keep the referee busy. You even see there's some open hand slaps there with the right hand that are never going to do any damage to Arni Isaksson.
No, it's really decent elbows from Isaksson off the ground. Those are the types of ones that can open up a cut.
I mean, it's not one for the fans at home to get really wild about, but this is Arish's game. This is what he does, and this is exactly what Arni Isaksson has been training to counter.
That's right, and he's been able to do that mostly quite well, but just suffering a couple of takedowns in this round. And although Arish hasn't really done much in terms of damage, it's just enough to nullify and neutralize any attacks that Isaksson can put in. He needs to get up, he needs to get away from this, and he needs to be able to land strikes of his own.
Yeah, look, Stuart, this is the sport of mixed martial arts, and on any other night, maybe Isaksson comes up against a superior striker.
Some uppercuts there from Arish. Arish is chasing after him now.
Now Arish tries to lead the game a little more with the strikes. Sets up another good takedown. Just to finish what I was saying, maybe on another night, Isaksson will want to do to Arish, or to want to do to another fighter, a superior striker, what Arish is trying to do to him now. This is how tactics change, and this is how the game is. So it might not be tremendous entertainment, but this is what we have to do. Another takedown from Arish.
So where the sprawls were working in round 1, and to some extent this round, that's the 3rd takedown of this round, and Arish just really shutting down everything about Isaksson at the moment.
Yeah, shutting him right down.
Crowd not really getting into this, but that's fairly understandable. We have a man from Manchester by way of Iran and a man from Iceland, so not too many hometown buddies here.
Yeah, difficult one to get into, as Arish throws a decent elbow over the top that time. And again, Isaksson starts to get to his knees to look to try and come to the feet.
Just a few seconds remaining then in the 2nd round.
Yeah, round 2 almost, well, pretty convincingly goes to Ali Arish. It's not very exciting to watch, but it's very, very effective and very frustrating for Arni Isaksson, and he does show signs of that frustration on his face as we come to the 2nd.
Exactly. Ali Arish walks back to his corner, and I'm sure his wife and children, Mina and Misha, wife Linda, will be very proud of what they're seeing so far. As you say, not the greatest in terms of excitement, but certainly enough to control it. And now what can John Kavanagh and Gunnar Nelson tell Arni Isaksson to let him and make him change how this 3rd and final round is going to go? That's our beautiful cage girl just walking through. You could just see briefly in the shot there.
Well, for me, Arni has been he's been certainly well drilled, and he has formulated his game plan. Wants to keep him at distance, wants to throw those shots from out, wants to keep him at the end of his jab. Arish, though, has capitalized on every single opportunity Isaksson has given him to take him down.
Well, just as we thought Isaksson was able to stop the shot and to keep the fight standing, then it didn't go that way at all in round 2. But you gave round 1 to Isaksson, so could well be 1 round each. Final round to come. This, of course, for the welterweight title.
Are you ready?
They're ready, here we go, final round.
Yeah, it could quite easily be that way, and Isaksson, I think, just needs to be a little sharper with his punches, do a little more damage. And I think, you know, if he keeps him really far out of distance, I think he can possibly take this fight. I think if he keeps him exactly where he is right now, But Arish is, in fairness to him, is getting through with his own shots. I mean, we're talking about Isaksson as though he's the striker, but Arish is doing some damage as we hit the deck once again with Arish on top in that close guard position. He re-pummels a little better now, makes a little space.
Oh, that's a decent hammer fist, but
and now we have another knee bar attempt. Perhaps change it to a heel hook here, maybe. Use this to come up, his corner says, and up he gets. That's what he wants.
Isaksson looking a little weary as he came to his feet.
Yeah, it's a fatiguing thing to be on bottom, to defend all those takedown attempts.
And he knows that a double leg shot is coming. He feels he got an eye poke there. Peter Lavery responds to the fighter. John Kavanagh just trying to get the attention of Arni Isaksson there as Peter Lavery takes a look at the eye of Ali Arish. And they've had to call for a doctor. Just a flying fingernail maybe, Barry?
Yeah, sometimes when you throw those shots, you know, we are talking about fingerless gloves for anybody sitting at home used to the boxing world. We're talking about gloves that have exposed fingers. So when you throw, particularly the thumb, it's usually the thumb, gets a little stuck out, and especially if the punch doesn't connect properly, if it just grazes off, it can occasionally catch the eye. As we see the medic, Glenn Ellis, attending to Ali Arish's eye.
Yeah, just one of those very sore things, and you know, never deliberate, but a punch thrown. It's hard to see exactly which finger did connect.
Yeah, it was certainly off the right hand. Ali Arish surprised me. He's thrown a little bit of quality here in terms of the punches. I didn't really expect him to throw as much as he has. And what he has thrown, he's used to set up those takedowns. Those many takedowns, it's fair to say.
Yeah, there's been 5, 6, 7 takedowns now, maybe.
He's been pretty successful with that. He's okay.
That's great. That's what we want to see and what we want to hear. And the time is back on. We have a little over 3 minutes to go.
Good
sprawl from Arni.
And that time he misses the sprawl, and Arish goes to work now. That's more what the crowd want to see.
Those are good punches coming down, almost hammer fist style.
Hammer fists. And now he's back to the close guard. Hip switches and gets away from the feet on the hips from Arni Isaksson, as Isaksson attempts the butterfly hook sweep. And now scrambles on top to try and pass.
Go with the butterfly guard, Arni, or stand up.
The butterfly guard, Arni, or stand up from the corner. John Kavanagh's voice you can hear there in the background as Ali Arish moves over, and they're over towards the cage, which Arni will try to use to get up.
There's the butterfly guard comes back in, and now he stands up. Well, he attempts to stand up, I should say. Needs to clear the right leg out from underneath Ali Arish's knee. Semi-successful so far. Arish doing a good job of trying to hold him down, but now into the turtle position. Opportunity maybe for Arish to strike. But Isaksson is back up. Back up,
just over 2 minutes. What damage? Oh, and straight back down. So frustrating for a fighter when they just can't get themselves upright.
Yeah, I mean, it's really frustrating for Isaksson right now. He's in real trouble here in this fight and in danger of losing this welterweight title. Just 2 minutes to go now, just a little over 2 minutes to try and turn this fight around, and for me, he needs a finish. Arish has been like a limpet, though. He has stuck to Isaksson the whole time.
Yeah, literally just hasn't let go as soon as he's got hold of him. And while Isaksson perhaps had the cardio and the energy to get up in rounds 1 and to some extent round 2, this round it doesn't look like he has it.
For me, Peter Lavery's got to start looking at this and standing it up. It's quite a while each time. And Arish really not making too much attempt, and you can see with those slaps they're doing pretty much nothing, but they're just keeping him a little bit busy. So it's a good technique. It means the referee looks at it and says, hey, look, you know, you're throwing shots, so I'm not going to stand you up yet.
He's just slapping him, Barry.
Yeah, but unfortunately it's not great to look at. But it's a viable technique, and as I said, it keeps him busy. Maybe gets Isaksson thinking about his body so he can throw to the head. Yeah,
there's a few come on refs being shouted from the crowd. They want to see this finish with a flurry. Only 1 minute left in the fight.
Yeah, it's not what we want to see for a welterweight title fight. As a big shot comes in over the top onto the ear of Arni Isaksson.
And Arni doing his best to turn and to try and get to his knees and get up to his feet.
Squeezing down here from Ali Arish, I should say.
Yeah, and Arni Isaksson, just the frustration etched all over his face as he tries to get up, but Ali Arish has still got his arms locked around the belly of Arni Isaksson.
Very frustrating for Isaksson, very frustrating for the crowd, I think, as well. We really want to see a finish here and want to see an exciting fight.
No, we're not going to see a finish, Barry. We're not going to see a finish.
Well, unless either guy can do something fantastic in the next 20 seconds, 15 seconds even.
Ali Arish just shut down everything about Arni Isaksson in this round and the last, and looks like he is going to a decision victory. We'll just have to wait and see the confirmation. Or slaps from Arish, but not the spectacle we were maybe hoping for.
No, certainly not. It's hasn't been one to delight.
10 seconds to go now officially.
Yeah, just the delay on your screens is caused by the eye shot that time, the eye poke. Ali Arish. Well, look, it might not be a spectacle, Stuart, but you have to respect a man who at 38 years of age is doing what most 18, 19, 21-year-olds would not do. Getting in here, fighting for a welterweight title. He's in great condition.
He really is, and I must say that is a lovely show, because Arni's already raised the hand of Ali Arish, and Ali trying to console Arni. Arni looks extremely disappointed in himself. I know that he really felt this was his time, and this defeat, well, hopefully just a minor setback for him, and he'll go from here and come back even stronger, even better. Of course, we still have to see the judge's decision, but everything seems to point to Ali Arish lifting the title. Yeah,
absolutely, Stuart. I mean, it's a frustrating one for the crowd. It's a frustrating one for the people at home, I'm sure, watching. It's certainly extremely frustrating for Arni Isaksson, who's just distraught in his corner. It's well, some would say it's not a spectacle we want for a welterweight title fight, but this is the sport. We don't always get what we want. Sometimes there are 0-0 draws in the Premiership football, in the World Cup, and in great things that we want to happen, but this is the sport, this is the tactics, and Ali Arish played his game perfectly tonight, and I'm sure now that he's going to be declared the welterweight title winner. But let's hand over to Stuart for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of mixed martial arts fighting, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges score this bout the same way, 30-27, for your winner and new cage contender, welterweight champion, Ali Arish.
And a big hand for the Ice Viking, Arni Isaksson. A great display of sportsmanship, as always, from our cage contender fighters. Ali Arish, congratulations. Just showing respect for the teammates and the coaches of Arni. Ali, can I just bring you in for a moment? Congratulations, you are the cage contender welterweight champion. How do you feel winning tonight?
Thank you, everybody. Today is here. Thanks, I came to Ireland. Nice people, nice country. And thanks for your, sponsor from these people. And I'm so happy, but Arni is a very good fighter, guys. Give him one big clap for him, please, again.
Yeah, big round of applause for Arni Isaksson as well. So, Ali, you must be happy with that win. How will you celebrate tonight in Ireland?
Guys, I'm so happy with you. This fight is nothing. End of the day, it's left minutes between each other.
Well, congratulations on becoming the new cage contender, welterweight champion, Ali Arish, ladies and gentlemen. Well done. And so as Ali poses for some photos, if we can just bring in now Mr. John Ferguson and Mr. Gunnar Nelson. John, you're the promoter of this event, and we're going live tonight. Apart from being a little scary, how do you feel?
I feel good. Thanks to the fans for coming out. Thanks to the fighters. It's been great.
We have a brilliant turnout, as always, here in Dublin. They always get behind Cage Contender, don't they?
Well, they know it makes sense.
They do indeed know it makes sense. We've got one more big fight to come. But what about Gunnar Nelson in the cage, ladies and gentlemen? Gunnar, you've fought on Cage Contender twice. You've now fought in the UFC twice. Which one's better? Okay, we know it's the UFC. You fought just very recently there. It was a great victory to get. It was probably the biggest test you've ever had. How did you feel about winning?
Very good. It was a very tough fight. It was a long fight, and Santiago is probably one of the toughest, if not the toughest fighter I ever fought. So, and it's a great experience because it was mostly on the feet, and that's where I need experience. So I was very happy about this fight.
Yeah, almost looked like you wanted to stay on your feet just to test yourself. When will you be fighting again, Gunnar? Do you know yet?
No, soon, but I don't know yet.
Well, whenever it is, we'll all be right behind you. Give it up for UFC star Gunnar Nelson.